Texting. We are back. Welcome back to the sack, the mid-sack, that is, on a Man Up Marijuana Monday. The redoubtable himself, Thomas J. Izzo.
Hello.
The highly questionable one, Ronald J. Miliaccio. For those of you scoring at home, segment 2. Quick jaunt around. A lot of good college basketball this weekend. March Madness is heating up. I know it's early February. That's the point. Donnybrooks abound. There were 3 of them over the weekend. There's one going on right now. And I got to tell you, the most impressive win of the weekend was, I think, Kansas. Because Houston came in highly touted. That was the giggle smoke guarantee. I thought Houston would go in there and get the better because defensively they were ranked number 1. And Kansas just methodically took them apart. Again, Bill Self to me, and we talked about this earlier, I think he's the best coach in college basketball now that Krzyzewski's gone. I think it's him and then it's Izzo at Michigan State. And there's others, but Shaka Smart's certainly in the conversation right now because Marquette's ranked. Obviously, Danny Hurley at number 1 UConn. He took them back to the promised land, and they're right back where they started. So there's a lot of good coaching, but I think that Bill Self has been a model of consistency since he's been there, really. And I just think that they are really poised for a deep run in March. But anyway, the new rankings, I should say, came out this morning in light of the fact, and what happened was UConn remained 1. Purdue remained, by the way, Purdue won in Wisconsin yesterday in a Donnie 2 versus 6. So Mr. Edney did his thing again for Purdue. So they stayed at number 2. UNC, number 3. Kansas moved from 8 to 4. So now the Jayhawks are 4th in the country as of this afternoon. Houston dropped to 5. Tennessee dropped to 6 because they lost earlier. Marquette, we just talked about Shaka, is now 7th. And then you have Arizona, who is 8th. Duke fell to 9. And then Illinois running at the top 10. Nobody's talking about Illinois, but they've had a very good year. Kentucky fell 7 spots down to 17, Tom. And
who'd they lose to again?
They lost at home to Tennessee on Saturday night after losing to Florida earlier in the week.
Did we watch that game?
We did. It was on. Remember Florida came back and won in overtime? Remember Tennessee had them?
Yeah.
Kentucky had them, and they were down 3 and Florida tied with 3.
That was when we were out here.
Yeah,
okay.
That was when. That was before.
Kentucky should have won that game.
Kentucky was. Remember when I joked about this? One of these 3 teams was going to lose again at home, and I had to figure out which one it was. And of course, I picked Kansas to be the one. No, it wasn't them. And obviously, it wasn't Carolina.
Because they had all already lost that week.
Yeah,
right?
Carolina. I was like, it was Kentucky. And Kentucky lost at home twice in the same week. Yeah, so they fell 7 spots.
That was the night you were killing Calipari.
And justifiably so.
Apparently.
Mr. All Talent, no X's in it. Yeah. Living up to form. Anyway, that's a jaunt around college basketball. We will preview. We'll give you a look in on Wednesday at the big games. Always big games, Super Bowl weekend.
I just saw something NFL related that I hadn't seen.
Which was?
Dan Quinn fired Eric Bieniemy. I know, it just makes me think because I remember last year.
Well, he brought in Cliff Kingsbury.
What a horrible hire. I'm
it.
sorry. That's a horrible hire. I'm sorry. But they're going to regret both these decisions.
I agree.
I mean,
okay,
so let's fire Bieniemy.
Bieniemy wasn't the problem.
Because here comes Clint Kingsbury.
Yeah, I mean,
yikes.
What they're thinking is that they're going to draft
Caleb Williams.
And he was his coach.
If that works out, great for them.
I mean,
great for them. It just makes me. I'm not even thinking about decision-wise. It just makes me think about Eric Bieniemy, because remember,
he did nothing wrong.
No, and it's just funny his situation right now. Not funny. It's unfortunate.
The guy can't get a break.
He had to take that job last year, apparently, to prove himself.
Because we didn't Kansas City
to get a head coaching job,
which was utterly ridiculous.
So now he goes, and basically, I thought it was going to be win-win for him because I thought they would fire Rivera and then take him. Unfortunately, they're looking at him as if he did a bad job too, is what it sounds like.
Personnel-wise, their line was not good. They have skill position. They have some talent at the receiver spot. But
he actually got something out of Sam Howell, though.
The offense overall wasn't bad.
Like, that guy took too many sacks.
Yeah,
but
he took a lot of sacks. That was
he
got beat up.
I mean, he beat the Eagles a couple times. Or maybe he didn't.
No, but he took them out of the wire.
Yeah, he took them down the wire.
No, look, Sam Howell, that was his first year as a starter. He did pretty good for his first year.
Yeah, I thought
They had a lot of holes. They traded away their two best defensive players at the trade deadline, so they were sellers at the deadline. So I don't know where Eric Bieniemy falls in the blame pile.
Yeah, I mean, unless Bieniemy said, "Look, I don't want to be offensive coordinator and I want to be head coach.
Well,
if not, let me, fire me."
If that was
so,
and that's possible.
Maybe that happened.
And that's possible. I don't know.
Because he might have said that. Like, what do you want,
Yeah, I mean, Dan Quinn's been a head coach. He took Atlanta to the Super Bowl. So it's not like he hasn't had some success.
Who's your offensive coordinator?
When it was us?
No, right now. Who's your offensive coordinator?
We hired Van Pelt.
Scott Van Pelt?
Alex Van Pelt.
Who the fuck is...
Former Pitt QB. He's been around. He's
your OC?
He was a good sign. He's been around in a lot of places.
Who's your DC?
How did they bring in?
I thought we said it was good, didn't we?
It was good. I liked it. I liked both of these signings. I think the coaching staff was in good shape.
Who the hell's the defensive? Somebody from the Browns?
The thing about Van Pelt.
Who was from the Browns? Did they get somebody from the Browns?
They might. I don't remember. The defense wasn't the problem. I mean, look, Mayo's going to oversee that anyway.
Yeah.
The thing is, the offensive coordinator was key. You had to get a guy who had experience, who's done well with developing quarterbacks as well. And this guy's been on Van Pelt's been on a long time. He did play in the NFL. He was a quarterback for the Buffalo Bills. And he came out of Pitt. He was an All-American. He was a good quarterback. And he knows the position, but he's coached every aspect of the offense. He's been a coordinator before. He was in Cleveland last year.
Cleveland, that's who I just said that.
Yeah, but it was Van Pelt, Cleveland. He came.
Right, but I was like, didn't you guys get somebody from Cleveland?
Well, you know, with defense.
No, I just meant a coordinator.
Yeah, it was Van Pelt. So, but the thing is, look what they did with their fourth-string quarterback. So,
yeah, that person deserves
Van
some
Pelt,
credit.
I think, is the right guy. So
you see, the Giants are apparently going after Tennessee's defensive coordinator.
Really?
I mean, I guess with Vrabel, like Tennessee's defense has been decent, right?
Yeah, I mean they've never.
They're always a tough team.
They're kind of their defense is kind of Jekyll and Hyde, and I mean that because I can't think of a player on that defense.
Right.
A single player on that. I couldn't tell you one guy on that side of the ball because they don't have anyone that stands out. They do the best with what they have. So they're not a doormat.
Is that the team that Cortland Finnegan used to play on? He was like a real fiery corner.
Yeah, once upon a time. Yeah, he got boat raced many times.
But he was the guy that would get under people's skin.
He would, but the thing is, when he gets isolated out, and he always look to his credit, he would not back down, but he always get the best. He got schooled.
Is that the one that Andre Johnson or maybe it was Calvin Johnson just started punching one time?
Is
that Cortland Finnegan?
Yeah.
He was a decent corner. He was good.
He got.
All those guys do.
He got not as often.
They take some risks.
He got bent over more than most. He did. He really was. Anyway, bottom line.
Oh, dude, I wanted to say something about Pro Bowl because.
Oh yes, he did. He mentioned this before practice.
Yeah. So Pro Bowl used to be week after the Super Bowl in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Nobody gave a shit. Now they try to do it the week in between, which I actually like because at least there's something on that Sunday.
Actually, when I was a kid, that game was a pretty big deal.
After the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Not for me.
Well, back then they all played.
Oh, God. Not when it was awful when I was a kid.
They actually played. They had it was pretty competitive, and this was back in the mid-'80s. It was the 90s where it went south.
But here's what I wanted to say about it.
Go ahead.
Is that they always, right around this time of year, whenever Pro Bowl is, now that it's in between, you always start to see the highlights of when Sean Taylor absolutely obliterated the punter.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Remember Sean Taylor, the late Sean Taylor, the guy that was murdered?
I do.
He used to play for Washington.
Yes.
I don't know if they ran a fake punt or if there was a fumbled snap and the punter just took off. But Sean Taylor comes, slashing through the defense and lays this punter out like you hear about. And I mean,
Fuck comes off the top rope.
Dude, like he was playing deep safety and just came flying in and just boom. And like people play it like it's this amazing highlight. And I actually think it's kind of fucked up.
Watching the punter get
I mean, nobody hits in that game, and you blow the punter up.
gets lit up in a Pro Bowl.
Nobody's tackling each other. Like,
Are you sure there wasn't a vendetta there? A personal vendetta?
dude?
with that guy?
Come on, you're gonna
I
take
don't
a
know.
cheap
Why
shot
would
like
he do
that?
that in the Pro Bowl?
People act like it's the greatest thing they've ever seen. I'm like, he hit a guy.
I don't remember.
Had no clue he was gonna get hit.
Lights up.
There's no way the punter thought, "Oh, we're gonna fake punt, and I'm gonna get laid out."
What? All right. What is your point? Is this
People love, like, look, by all accounts, Sean Taylor was like a really cool guy. That's what everybody says about him. Good teammate, hard worker, all that stuff.
He was a good player.
But to me, that was kind of whack. That in a game where nobody's really playing as hard as they can, you absolutely
No, when you say it,
TNT'd a punter.
No, I don't remember this, but
I'll show you.
I believe you. I'm just saying that the
But
thought
when
of
you
it,
see
the
it-
thought of somebody lighting up the punter in an All-Star game is fucking ridiculous.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
utterly ridiculous. I'm like, why would you? I mean, if anything, that's why I'm asking. Do these two have a beef or something? Why else would you do this? And I'm not justifying that either. I'm just saying,
And look, I know that some people are going to say, "Hey, you're playing a football game. You better
Lights up the punter.
be aware." And like to a certain extent,
was the ball? Did he get a piece of the ball? Or was the ball gone?
Dude, the ball went flying in the air.
Was he got a block? Does he block the punt?
No, it was a fake.
Oh, they should have let him up.
Dude, watch it.
I know you can block a lot of it.
So here he is. He's going to run this way.
He's gonna fake it.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
And he's gonna come up short.
He hit him like
Now
he's
here's the
fucking Ronnie Lott.
Tom didn't fill in the blanks here. Tom didn't tell me it was a fake.
Yes, I
punt,
did. You can
and he was-
rewind it.
And
I
he was
said
going
that.
for the first down.
I did say.
And the hit prevented the first down.
I said it was a fake.
I have no problem with what Sean Taylor did there. Matter of fact, I'm also a fan of it now.
I thought it was crazy.
The guy was going for it. No, he's trying to get a fake punt, trying to get a first down.
Nobody was hitting like that in that game.
That was awesome.
Guaranteed a receiver had the ball and he wouldn't hit him
To
like
his
that.
point, he came from South America.
Across the map. Like he went from New York to California.
You know the phrase "shot out of a cannon"?
Yes, that was it.
That would be.
No, look, and that's why I said I understand some people are going to say, "Hey,
love it.
you're playing in a game, like you need to keep your head on a swivel. That's the kicker's fault."
Well, if you're going to
And
go
I mean,
for it on fourth down, remember you're going to get hit. Normally, you would get hit. Normally, that would be what would
Of
happen.
course. It's not normal though. It's a fake game. Normally, of course.
Not in his mind.
It's like, well, in the Super Bowl you get hit, so in the Pro Bowl you get hit. Like, okay, Rudy.
It's football.
Okay, Rudy.
It is still tackle football. At least it was at the time. In fact, that hit's probably the reason that was flag football.
They were like, we don't want to kill any punters out here, okay, guys?
I have no problem with what I
Like,
did.
oh my God, it's terrible.
It's awesome.
It's so weak.
I'm going to send him the emoji of it every day.
I mean, you didn't do it to my guy. I don't care that much.
Oh, God. Anyway.
Look at John Sheehan.
So people really look. To me, it's funny.
bug.
I would describe that as funny. It was funny to me because I'm like when I saw the whole.
Meanwhile, the punter's got fucking CTE.
Punter's eating through his throat.
Yeah, thanks. This is hilarious. Punter's got brain activity. He's got a chemical
That's
imbalance.
not what
He's got a
happened.
chemical imbalance.
It wasn't a
'cause he's
helmet
mixed
to helmet. Oh,
up.
stop it! It wasn't a helmet to helmet.
I know. I'm just fucking. I'm just fucking around. I knew you wouldn't give a shit.
Oh God. Anyway,
But I mean, the Pro Bowl is so. I mean, come on.
I actually thought that this weekend they did some
I didn't
cool
watch
stuff.
any of it.
I watched the. I
tried to watch it last week.
They did.
last
They did
year.
the bombardment thing. The female flag football thing was quite fetching.
I didn't see it.
All of them were hotter than Caitlin Clark. All of them.
To each his own.
But anyway, I thought the stuff they did the tug of war and the sled pull, that was the NFC. To their credit, they looked like they were into it. The AFC, I was kind of mad at. I'm like, come on, man.
Did they do any QB skills?
Yeah, Dan Orlovsky of all people would have won the event.
Well, he went down there and did it.
They had him do it just to see what he would score. He beat the highest scoring thing, which was by Baker Mayfield, 2060. Orlovsky had 27.
Was it the things coming?
Moving
across?
things? Yeah.
Oh, man.
He scored 27.
Dude,
Now-
okay, great.
now,
Yeah.
here's
Good
the thing.
thing there was no end zone blocking him.
No, I'm saying. You know who brought that up?
He had to roll.
You know who brought that
Was
up?
it
Mad Dog.
Oh, Mad Dog.
Mad Dog was on today as a guest appearance. Now everybody's going, that's pretty impressive for a guy. He was in a suit, by the way.
No, dude.
Not-
He's a stud. He was in the NFL.
For 12 years.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, someone needs to,
I know we
someone
clown
needs
him,
to
but-
tell Mad Dog that, because Mad Dog was like, big fucking deal. There's no pass. He say F word, but he's like, there's no pass rush. There's no that. There's no
the worst NFL quarterback you could ever imagine.
And the best part
a
is,
stud.
then he goes, I can outdo him in that. And then Molly Cam goes, oh, really? You want to put your money where your mouth is? And then he shut up because he realized he couldn't make those throws.
Dude, fucking Mad Dog couldn't throw the ball 30 feet.
Orlovsky was like a surgeon. He was not. Look at. I give him credit. He did it in a suit. He took off his suit coat, but he had on his button-down shirt. He had to do that, like not warmed up or whatever. That's pretty.
Well, I mean, you put a uniform on him, he'd run out the back of the end zone.
Look at. I didn't say he wasn't a bumbling boob when he played. He clearly had an arm though.
Oh, without a doubt.
Clearly had an
He
arm.
wouldn't have been there without it.
And the impressive thing is, he's been out of the league for a long time. I'm just, I'll just take off my sport coat and I'll just out every fucking guy in the competition. Okay, and there's some good quarterbacks.
Dude, even in the
competition.
NFL, when people call a guy a noodle arm,
Yeah,
if you played catch with that guy, your hands would break.
you can't say that about these guys.
But
worst
I
guy-
mean, so many people
the
say,
worst guy in
Chad
the league-
Pennington, what a soft arm.
The worst-
if you played catch with Chad
Yeah, the
Pennington,
worst guy in the league can throw the ball 55 yards. The worst guy in
Yeah.
the league on a
Oh,
rope.
probably
I
more.
might add, probably more.
Oh, on a rope?
On a
Yeah,
rope. He
50.
can probably throw 55 yards on a rope. And if he takes a step in, he can probably throw it 70. But none of these guys have noodle arms. You don't get that far if you have a noodle arm.
Yeah.
No fucking way. So, in any event, that brings us to the Super Bowl, the thing that matters.
Pooper Bowl?
The early reports
Poop your pants bowl?
are that Pacheco has been limited in practice all last week. He's banged up. The
Isaiah.
early line is San Fran 2.5 favorite.
Minus?
Yeah, minus 2.5.
Toss up?
I honestly
You want to pick San Francisco, don't
no. I'm trying to figure out how they're favored when they lost at home by 2 touchdowns to Baltimore, and it was Baltimore who KC went through to get here, and they beat them in Baltimore. How do you look at those 2 games and deduce that San Fran is a 2.5 point favorite? I'm trying to figure this out. This is why I don't understand. Because to me, right there, it tells me that KC is a 2.5 point favorite.
They're looking at paper.
That's on paper.
Right.
That game happened on paper. Both those
Oh.
games happened on paper. And again, it's
Talent-wise, they're looking at paper.
Baltimore had more talent and lost.
Right. No,
Buffalo had more talent and lost.
Dude, I agree with you
Well, how does
about
Vegas
Kansas
not?
City.
How does Vegas not know that? They've been doing this forever.
No, but remember, Vegas is trying to put a line out there so they get money on both sides of it.
It's the Super Bowl. Everybody bets in the Super Bowl. I'm saying KC should be a 2.5 point favorite.
No, but you have to make the money right on each side so that the house wins.
I think there'd be plenty of people that would take San Fran in the points if they were getting 2.5. Because I think a lot of people think San Fran can win this game, and they can because of what you just said. But the thing is, and we will make this prediction on Wednesday night when we pick the game. We're going to have our Soil Their Shorts seminar of the week, and we're going to pick. He and I are both going to pick a different faction of the San Fran because it's going to be San Fran that does this. Because this coach has a habit of getting there. And
I
blowing.
say, you know what I say?
Who's going to be? Who's going to be? Early reports. Now again, Wednesday's going to be a final prediction, but give me some early thoughts. Either could be the one that goes.
Well, San Fran is famous for this in big games. Special teams gaffes.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Go back and look at when the Giants beat them to get to the second Super Bowl against the Pats.
Yeah.
Ooh, 2 big muff punts in that game. 1 in overtime. That's
Look
how
at
the Giants won.
From the talent perspective, he is right, but that didn't matter the last
No,
2
yeah,
weeks. So why does it
yeah.
matter now?
Yeah.
And the thing is, KC has 2 weeks to prepare for San Francisco. 2 weeks. This guy's been there before, but he blew it. It was KC that beat him. He had a 10-point lead, and Jimmy G couldn't make. He pooped himself like classic Jimmy G fashion, and they ended up losing a game they should have won.
And as good as Shanahan is,
Yeah.
still got to give the nod to Andy Reid. Right?
Andy Reid's the better coach. Yeah, they have the
As
best.
great as Shanahan is.
The one thing that Mad Dog said that made sense was they have the better quarterback and the better coach, and they do.
yeah.
They do.
And that means something in a game like this.
Of course it does. It means everything in the Super Bowl. It means everything in the Super Bowl. I can speak to this. So
That's true.
Yeah, it's more than so. The thing is,
As can I.
what San Fran has to do is not one. Don't turn the fucking ball over. You cannot give Patrick Mahomes an extra possession. You just can't. It's like giving Tom Brady. You can't do it. You can't give Joe Montana. Anyway. This is one of those dudes. You give him another shot at it, he's going to fuck you up with it.
Yeah, their talent can't overcome that.
No. So, and the thing is, San Fran has to find a way because everybody's been running on them. Green Bay ran on them. Detroit ran on them. KC running game is the strength of their team now.
It's funny that you said that because I heard on New York Sports Talk, I don't know if it was this morning but they were talking about how there's a bunch of clips online about the 49ers like taking plays off and not giving effort, especially Chase Young.
I heard he got benched.
Did he get benched?
He's not playing in the Super Bowl.
Really?
I heard that.
Wow.
And if it's
That's
true,
major.
Well, the thing is, a lot of people chimed in saying he should have been benched. No one is arguing.
That's how bad it was.
The
I didn't see
fans,
the clips.
San Francisco 49er fan base is overwhelmingly in favor of this. So clearly it must be true. So they were like, yeah, I thought he'd be better. Definitely should bench him. Like, there's a lot of that.
Dude,
going on.
and then fucking Cam Newton's trying to say that Brock Purdy's not as good as Chase Young. Get the fuck out of here.
Cam Newton needs to shut up. Cam Newton needs to shut up. Like, honestly, you just sound like a bitter ex-athlete.
He does kind of,
Shut
which
up.
is sad.
Shut up. Okay, I don't care what Cam Newton's talent level was. He had one great year. One really great year. Okay, he won MVP. Can't take that away from him. But he had one great year. He was never an accurate passer. And because he didn't learn how to become a better passer, his career was cut short.
Who's that?
Cam Newton.
Oh, yeah.
So Brock Purdy may not be the best player on the 49ers, but so what?
Yeah,
Who gives a shit? He's a good player.
But to be like he's the 10th best player, like, come on.
I mean,
He's running the team.
did you hear his response to that, by the way? Did you hear
Purdy's?
Purdy's response to it?
No.
He goes, Cam might be right. I could be the best 10 best player on the team. That's possible. I don't know if I am or I'm not. But what I do know is there's 90 quarterbacks in this league, and Cam Newton ain't one of them.
Brock Purdy said that?
Said that to
No way.
Yes, he did.
Where?
I'm going to pull it up.
No fucking way.
Yeah, that was his response.
That's amazing.
Oh, it was awesome.
There's
It
no
was
fucking way
awesome.
he said that.
Yeah, why not?
I don't.
Why
believe
wouldn't he say he's in the Super Bowl? Fuck Cam Newton.
No, I mean, more power to him if he said that. There's no way he really said that.
Last week, in the second half of a game, they were trailing by 17. He went 13 for 16, 174 and a touchdown pass. He can talk all he wants, as far as I'm concerned. Because when they needed him to be great, he was great. Okay?
No, I'm not saying he can't talk. I just don't see him saying that.
Well, that's because I'm telling you. I was laughing my ass off. I'm like, oh my God, this is great.
Oh, yeah, I just saw him jog.
So the point is, Cam Newton and Warren Sapp doubled down and gave Cam Newton a load of shit. Warren Sapp said,
I saw that.
Cam, you're a glorified runner. Shut up.
He kind of went a little, ooh.
Glorified runner who won a league MVP.
That's what I'm saying. Who won a college championship.
Who won a national
Who got to
championship.
an NFL
Yeah,
Super Bowl.
Cam Newton had a heck of a career.
Yeah.
If he ever developed into a peanut player, he would have had a longer one.
Yeah, because he would just lower his shoulder too much.
He fucking,
He was tough as fuck.
He was, but that was the problem. He didn't know when to go down.
Yeah.
And when to avoid the rush and take, this thing is, he should have played 6-7 years more. But
he leaned on his strength too much, which he was strong, man. That dude.
He was Josh Allen.
Yeah.
He was
Or
Josh
like
Allen.
Jalen Hurts, the way he drives the pile.
He was big. He was
big,
Josh Allen,
yeah, he's
6'5".
young, yeah.
He's just like him. No. So in any event, look, the Niners, to Tom's point on paper, yeah, but that doesn't seem to matter with the Chiefs. It's the team that's going to stand there and not go because they see them over there that's going to beat them. Now, is that going to be San Francisco? I don't know. I just know that from a personnel standpoint, they have more than enough ammo on both sides of the ball to beat them. They just got to realize it. That's it. Unlike Baltimore, who'd win. And again, and people brought up, still can't understand how Baltimore decided to run the ball 16 times on a team that can't stop the run. I will tell you this. McCaffrey is going to touch the ball a lot more than 16 times. They are going to run the ball right down Kansas City's throat. I will tell you that. They are going to use McCaffrey, and they are going to boat race them in between the tackles. If they don't turn the ball over,
I don't know, man. The center of that line is pretty tough.
Sam Fran is going to run him right off of you-know-who on the left side.
Chris Jones? Or Trent Williams?
Trent Williams, the best offensive lineman in the NFL, because he is.
And he didn't get punched in the mouth. He did it in the Lions game.
Well, I'm
First
saying,
half, at least.
Yeah, first half he did. And he responded. So the thing is that Kansas City has been run on by everybody that's tried to run on them. So San Fran just run the ball on them and set up play action because, again, you've got the weapons on the – this is Baltimore all over again in terms of they have all the pieces in the right places to beat them. Is they just going to do it? Just play that game and don't worry about what he's doing over there. Don't even worry about Patrick Mahomes, okay? Just focus on beating that defense and not turning the ball over and watch what happens.
I think what works in the Niners' favor is they kind of had a poop game last game.
Yeah.
Like I don't
They've
think
had
they're
two subpar
I don't think
games.
they're going to poop themselves in the Super Bowl
This
because
is the thing. They haven't played well yet.
You could tell they pooped themselves against the Lions. The Lions came out and went bap bap bap, and they were like,
they rattled them.
What the fuck?
They rattled them.
But
Yep.
they came back.
They came back.
And they fucking grinded it out. So
did.
now you go into the Super Bowl.
And the
going,
Lions beat Kansas City in Kansas City.
Yeah.
So it's not like this isn't a question of they can't do it. It's just ignore who that quarterback is and that coach and just play your game.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they have to do.
Yeah,
now, we
the
said this last week because that's all Baltimore. For whatever Baltimore farted all over themselves and didn't do it.
All over them.
Fuck, I don't know what they did. Fucking just diarrhea everywhere. Like, what the, how do you,
Yeah, it's
like, honestly, Harbaugh should be fired for that. I would fire him for that. Like, how is it this team has got boat raced for 185 yards to Buffalo? We're a better running team, and you ran it 16 times in the whole effing game. I would fire him for that. That's just beyond stupid. That's the classic overthinking. Ooh. That's a classic. That's what that is.
Boop, boop, boop,
Yeah,
boop,
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 boop.
boop.
I'm just looking at this story where it says Ben Johnson, the Detroit offensive coordinator, his agent texted Washington officials that he was staying in Detroit while they were on a flight.
They were in the
to
air.
Detroit.
DJ told me that Saturday night, yeah.
That's
Talk about fuck off. Like,
Yeah.
it was terrible.
Sorry, guys. I don't want to deal with your shit.
No, but yeah, look, they got a lot to prove up there in the nation's capital. We'll see. But anyway, back to the Super Bowl. Look, and if I'm Kansas City, the Niners' defense hasn't really stopped anybody either. So if you run on the edge with them, you can eat up the clock, shorten the game like they've done. And then you've got them. Look, this is tailor-made. I can tell you what's going to happen right now. I'm not going to, but I guarantee you, San Fran's going to have the lead by about 4 points in the fourth quarter, and Mahomes going to get the ball last.
Well, if that happens, they'll win.
And I gotta he's gonna throw it to Travis Kelce, who's gonna catch it, and then right when he runs out of the end zone, he's gonna run up it, and he's gonna down one. He's gonna profess his love to Taylor Swift and give her.
You're on that bandwagon?
I predicted.
You're on the
it.
proposal? Oh,
I
dude, people
predicted
have been
it.
saying that for over a month.
I said it. I said, what's gonna happen? I said it to you on the air. What's gonna happen? He's gonna propose after the Super Bowl.
No, people have been saying that for a month. I think I said it before you.
The thing. No, I said it to you on the air.
No, they've been talking about it on New York sports radio over the past 3 weeks.
How they weren't in the Super Bowl yet.
Greg Giannotti was saying this was going to happen before they were in the Super Bowl. He was saying they were going to beat the Ravens so that
He predicted them to go in there and beat the Ravens.
Yes.
Did he really?
Yes. Boomer picked that on CBS too. They both picked it.
We both thought KC would win, huh?
Yeah.
Must have known Powerball.
Everybody on the platform.
I want to hear
except
the
Salsa.
analyst who said, and I'll tell you how it's going to happen. Harbaugh's going to poop himself and not run. Because I don't believe anybody for a fucking second thought that. So I don't. That's bullshit. If you didn't make that call, bullshit. So
Well, the call made was Patrick Mahomes is going to win.
he didn't do it. The second half, he didn't score a point.
They won.
Patrick Mahomes didn't win shit. His defense won.
They said. That
Actually,
guy-
I'm sorry.
that
They
guy
didn't win it.
wins.
Baltimore lost it. 2 turnovers in the end zone. 2 turnovers in the end zone. That's not. Patrick Mahomes has nothing to do with that.
Dude, listen to this. So Lawrence Tynes, Giants kicker for their 2 Super Bowls in the 2000s, he's a big Twitter guy. And he goes, February is filled with 12 years ago and 16 years ago the Giants did this. How about the Giants start making some new highlights? I'm actually kind of sick of seeing them. Proud of them, yes. But we desperately need some new content.
Well, you keep living in the past, and that's where you'll stay.
I like it, Lawrence Tynes.
Keep
And
living in the past, and that's where you'll stay.
I actually feel him on that. Now, obviously, I had nothing to do with the Giants' Super Bowls, but for a while there, some of those Super Bowl highlights could still give you chills. Chills are kind of gone. Actually, you know what? The other day, I saw the Plax catch over the shoulder on Ellis Hobbs, and maybe there was a minor chill. That was it. We do need new highlights.
My chill is the 28-3 comeback.
Yeah.
That's never going.
It'll never be not a chill.
That never know, because it's the greatest comeback in the Super Bowl history.
Yeah.
That's why. So they did do something that had never been done. Well, they did a lot of things that had never been done before, but that one there, yeah, that's when Tom Brady became the GOAT right there. That game. I mean, I personally thought it was when he boat raced the Legion of Boom for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns, but whatever. Because that secondary was an all-time great secondary.
See, I mean, maybe that's why the Plex catch still does it for me, because we beat the undefeated Pats.
Yeah, the Pats win.
Because that's one of those.
If the Patriots win that game, there'll be hats that just say 19-0 on them, with a little Pat symbol on it. And honestly, I would have given anything for that to happen. Yeah. But a ball glued itself to a guy's helmet, and the next thing you knew.
That's called a great catch.
That's bullshit. He never made another catch in the NFL. That's a true story. He never made another catch. He never made another catch in the NFL.
So how does that take away from his catch?
Better to be lucky than good.
I'll take it.
You have,
but I mean, I think you got to be pretty good to pin a ball to your head with Rodney Harrison draped on you. You got to be pretty strong,
lucky, and
pretty gritty.
If he was that good, he would have been on a roster the following year. So.
He was probably on the Giants. He got hurt.
No, he never played again.
Yeah, he got hurt.
He never played another down.
He got hurt.
So the last catch he ever made. Anyway,
he was like a religious.
The bottom line is the Giants are still talking about that one 17 years ago, and we're talking about
the Manningham throw,
and we're talking about
the Manningham
20.
Throw.
That was 2010. That's 13
11.
years ago. 11. All right, so that's 12 years ago.
For a long time.
We're still mad that Tom Brady got run out of town by dickhead.
What'd you say?
We would have won another one if he didn't run him out of town. So, fucking donkey. That's why he can't get a job. He's a donkey.
Yeah, that's wild. That is wild.
That's one of the reasons why. Owners talk, Okay. Like that dumb son of a bitch thought Brady was done. Fucking, I ain't hiring that donkey. Yeah. Oh wait, he's only drafted 2 Pro Bowls in the last 10 years. Fuck you. One's a punter.
Sure, you can coach our defense.
Yeah, I mean our defensive coordinator. Sure, you're not fucking making another decision. No. So, oh wait, didn't he bench Malcolm Butler for? You know what? No, you're not going to do that. No, hold on.
Did you hire Joe Judge and Matt Patricia to be your offensive coordinator with second-year budding quarterback?
Hey, Bill, over there's a closet with a broom in it. Why don't you go sweep the street? Like, honestly, fucking donkey. He did it to himself. But anyway, we will make those predictions on Wednesday night.
It's cold.
That's going to do it for our show tonight. But we'll have the Giggle Smoke guarantee. No, it's not going to be the Super Bowl.
No?
Actually, maybe it will be. We'll see.
Come on, it's the big game, dude.
It's the big game that we both know who's going to win. So anyway.
Well, maybe you pick it. Maybe if you pick Kansas City, the Niners are winning that game.
I hope that's true. This is one I would gladly want to be wrong on. But anyway,
I have a feeling we're going to get closer. You're going to pick the Niners, and then you're going to lose.
We will make that prediction on Wednesday.
Kansas City could break the streak.
We will talk about this on Wednesday night.
Okay.
Have a little patience.
Sorry.
But until then, America, and we'll update you. Celtics Knicks will be in action before then. We will update you on their games.
That's right.
But we'll see you in about 48 hours for Redoubtable One Time. There's a highlight question with Audrey Miliaccio. Peace. Stop it!